Morning. We really wanted to start detailing today, but we got frost again last night, and I don't know that's going to happen. Maybe tomorrow, the day after. We'll see what the weather continues to bring. It's still supposed to be warmer, but we'll see what happens. So, I'm going to take off a closing wheel system on the planter here, bring it to the main yard, and I'm going to do some testing and figuring out how I can clean up all the slop in it, because everything's worn out. We need to get rid of the slop and all the metal pieces so that the closing springs have a fairly accurate and consistent pressure, because I think that's a big problem we're having as well. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to hook up to the trailer, because when we go in there, we're going to hopefully pick up my truck in an hour or two. Hopefully they're done the alignment, and then we can send it to the body shop to get the body integrity done, that sort of thing. So we're trying to address some of the slop in this planter without having to do like a complete rebuild or buy a new planter, and then whatever planter you buy is probably going to be slopped out as well. So I've kind of figured out what I want to do for the closing units. It'll be like $2,700 including labor, and we're going to drill out this, and we're going to drill out these holes in this bracket here, as well as this hole and this hole, and we will get a piece of pipe or something that we can weld in there decently to tighten it up, because there is a lot of slop. Like, we got over an inch of free travel here that's just no good. And then from there, we need to address arms, which is going to be expensive, and I got to figure out what we want to do yet. And the airbags, the mounts, I don't know, can you see that? Like, they're pretty slopped out as well, but I don't think that Y bracket matters super much because it's always under pressure. So we're not going to do anything to that. But we need to do closing wheels, because some of them, like, they're literally, this is why I'm doing that, because there is literally no spring pressure on this, and it's in the first hole, which that's no good. That's terrible. That's not doing anything we want. Hold up a minute. Now that I'm looking at this, we can just adjust them all with these sliding bolt holes, I think, actually. You can do a lot with that, because that hole slides, and we might be able to actually even them up a bit. I don't know, we'll take this in, see what we think we can do. But maybe we can just take some of the slop out with this. I don't know, that's not a permanent fix though. We are ready to head out to the main yard. I called the shop and they're working on the truck now, so hopefully it's done in like, yeah, an hour or two. Yeah, I'm out here just walking around, feeling things, and if it really turns nice, we might be able to go later today, but that might be a stretch. We'll see though. Maybe I'll come back in a bit and give her a try if I'm really chomping at the bit. We only have a limited amount of time that we might be able to get this field done, and we need to rip this one up because it's a wet field and it needs to be able to dry. I was thinking about this thing on the way over here, and I was gonna get some pipe, drill out these holes on all this stuff, and then weld in pipe, but it might be quicker and easier if I'm gonna do all that to just weld everything instead of adding a pipe. So we're gonna take it apart. Yeah, like this bolt. This bolt doesn't look worn, so that's good. Don't need to replace that. We've got too much slop here for this bolt hole, here for this spring, here for this bolt hole on both sides, and then right here is worn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 holes that we need to address. And I think we're going to get some springs too, because some of them are stretched. I want to get this thing taken care of nice. So looking at this is like practically a factory hole. It's not even really rounded, but it's still way too big. And we need all the spring pressure we can get, so I'm going to do something about that for sure. Dropped this thing off on Monday, got the alignment done, so we're going to load her up and take it right to the body shop for the integrity. Hopefully they do it today, and then we can drive this thing soon enough. I'm excited. So someone was out here bright and early this morning, picked up the disc here and headed down to N1, and we were hoping to get that field done today, but we just got a call saying, hey, it's too wet, we're plugging up our gangs, and that's no good. So I had to come to the pickup truck, get the bar and the pickaxe out, put it in my truck so I can go to N1, pick him up, we'll clean out the disc, maybe we'll try it again, see if we can't do something to make it work, and I'll bring him back to this truck. So let's head out. We are almost at the field. We can either go in this approach right here, but it doesn't look like he's here, so we'll go a little ways up, turn that way, and then we'll see him. What a nice driveway. It's turned into a pretty nice place. Nice owner. This is one of my favorite fields for absolutely no reason. Cleaning gangs. That's fun stuff. That's the problem with this when it gets sticky. We're gonna have to let this one get a bit cooler so we can have some more frost to bust this up. I feel bad getting mud on this nice new driveway, so I'll just quickly pick the stuff off, as I know how people appreciate their gravel, and I can't blame them. Good. Let's get out of here. So before life goes on too long after harvest, I need to just sit here, look at each piece of equipment, and try and remember issues we had throughout the season so that I can get that listed down. And then it makes my next year's work a lot easier, because this is when you're using it, you remember it, you heard the sounds that you're going to want to address for next year. So I'm going to sit here, we're going to go to this combine, look at it, then we're going to do grain cart, tractor, then we're going to go over to my dad's combine and just come up with a good list. Then we'll go to my place and look at the tractor, the 4690, so that we have things marked down, ready to go how we want them, and it'll make my life easier. And hopefully tomorrow, the day after, we can do some pressure washing here. We'll wash both combines, the grain cart, maybe the tractor. We'll see how much time we have. Would you look at that? Dad's selling the old 875. It's gonna go work construction for the rest of its life. Honestly, what a perfect job for it. It's got bald tires, but it's going to be pulling a tiny disc, ripping dirt. Lots of power, reliable old girl. Way to go, Dad. Anyways, we're making our list, and we're going to pull off all the shields that we can so that it's easier to pressure wash and get cleaner for me. We are getting them all off. I want this thing clean. Oh. Nice. Oh. Yeah, get that out of there. Now we'll open up this side, and as I'm working on it and looking at it, thinking of it, I'm remembering things to put on the list, which is a good thing. That's why I'm here. Dad really had a good hydraulic leak there. This is all caked up from when that line went for the hopper. And then it started leaking again, so yeah. We'll get this thing cleaned up nice. We got all the shields off. So I'm trying to get everything kind of done so that we can pressure wash stuff tomorrow. And not have to worry about this stuff. So we're gonna drop the header on this combine as well. I think we'll just throw it over there or something, and we'll move it later. Maybe I'll just throw it right there by that hitch. That'll work. Got all the shields off this one. I have made all my lists, and it's amazing. Dad's combine only did 293 hours. So we had to have shaved off 50 hours from harvest, because usually we're 650 to 700, and this year we were at 600, which that's awesome. That's huge gains. We're gonna list that Max Flex, the 1200 Max Flex, for sale as well. So we're gonna use the combine, lift it up, put it on our trailer, and then we can take the header, the trailer, all of that to the semi-truck wash and get it all cleaned up, because that trailer is nasty. It's always fun seeing the big header on the combine, but I'm happy not to be using it for a while. And just like that, these things are all opened up, all their shields are off. It's pretty cool how well they open up. I love that the back goes up. You can get right in there. We'll have to change that rotor this year anyways, so that's why it does it. It wasn't necessarily the day I thought I would have, but quite honestly, most of the time it's not. But we got a lot of stuff done, and last year I waited too long to get stuff done with the combines and the headers put away and all that, so this year we're trying to stay on top of it before it gets crappy out. So I'm not quite sure what tomorrow will look like. I might come in here and help clean the combines, get them ready, or I'll stay down at my place and work on the planter now that I got a game plan on the closing wheel system. But I'm excited. Today was doing a bunch of little things to get things set up, and it was good. I liked it. You need those days. And there's always stuff to do at the end of harvest to get ready for winter. Now I am taking a box scraper home so that we can box scrape our pasture. Oh, sweet. A military plane. So we can box scrape the pasture, because it froze up all chunky because it was super muddy, and that sucks for the horses. Anyways, guys, have a good day, and we'll see you on the next one. You always run out of fuel right when you need it. We got to move a bale of hay for the horses and some straw into the pasture now that I think things are hard enough. I hope they are, because I don't want to get this thing stuck.